very happy to be here at the IAA studio. Today I got a chance to talk about blockchain broadly, and then more specifically how blockchain will impact the media and advertising industry, and a pilot that we're doing to try to get that going.
The thing about blockchain is it's a groundbreaking technology that's going to change how business is transacted. So our CEO, Ginny Rometty, actually says that blockchain will do for transactions what the internet did for communications. I think of that as a giant, big, bold statement, because obviously the internet's had quite an impact on communications. But essentially what it is transactions currently happen in individual parts. What blockchain does is it's a ledger that allows for all the components of the transaction to be transparent to all the parties involved. So it does away with things like discrepancies and not just for financials, but also for data and for a number of different industries. Blockchains can be built, whether it's supply chain, whether it's for banks, and in our case, what I've been talking about is doing it for media. So I like to use this example to kind of simplify. We're using that same analogy about communications. If you were at Cannes in 1980 and you wanted to send postcards to your friends, or you wanted to take pictures here and send them to your friends, you would write postcards. You'd probably write 4 different postcards. Yeah. You'd mail them out. It'd be a little bit different content in each one, and it would take days to get there, so that you'd probably be home before the mail got there. So, it was slow, it was inconsistent, and it wasn't trackable. If you did it 10 years ago, you would probably send an email. You'd take a picture, you'd shoot out an email to 100 or so people, but that would still be a copy. Everybody would have an individual copy of that email. They could alter it, they could change it, they could forward it, they could do whatever they want. Today, if you were to do it, you'd probably post it, on Facebook or wherever, and it would be one central post that everybody would see at scale. And if you altered it or made any changes to it, it would change everywhere. So there's no copy. You would change it, and then everybody would see the change as well. Similarly, when you're dealing with a transaction, that same thing happens. If you make a change to any part of that transaction, it will change in the block, in the ledger, so that everybody will see the change. And that's why there's so many fewer discrepancies, typically during any kind of business model.